I'm here with Rachel. One of my biggest questions that I get asked a lot is how to fill my brows in. So we're going to go over that in a couple of different ways. One, the first thing you can use is a powder. That's what I tend to prefer a lot, is the powder. Another thing you can use also is a pencil, of course. I'm not a big fan of the wax. I tend to feel it's a little bit hard to use, and I don't feel it lays as nice on the eyebrows. So with Rachel today, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what the proper tools and what you're going to use to fill in the eyebrows with powder is. First, sable brush is the best brush that you can use. I find it to be a little bit more tapered and it's easier to work with as far as controlling the movement. So we're going to take a little bit of powder. We're going to take the point of the brush and we're going to go towards the nose. And we're going to draw a little bit of a guideline. Now, as you can see, I'm not using a dark color for her brows, even though her brows are really dark. Because her hair is a little bit softer and lighter, and this is the biggest question I get asked a lot by my clients is, well, what should I use? Should I use something that matches exactly my eyebrows? Should I go a little darker? Should I go a little lighter? The rule of thumb is basically your brows should always be a smidge deeper than your hair color. Now, because Rachel lightens her hair and her brows are a little bit darker, we're not going to go with a really dark filler for our eyebrows because it'll be a huge contrast and it would just look really silly. So what you want to do is you want to go a little lighter. You want to draw a guideline underneath the brow, and then you want to take a little bit of the powder and you want to fill it in. So we're filling in the brow with a little guide underneath. Don't take the powder and just draw it through the whole eyebrow, okay? That's the wrong thing to do. You really want to start with a guide, like I said, draw a little line underneath using this edge of the brush, and then take it and then fill it in lightly. You don't want to be too heavy-handed with the powder. Now, it looks a little heavy right now. That's because we didn't soften it up just yet. Okay, now we're going to take a brush and we're going to brush it through, just like that. And that's powder. So how I like to finish the eyebrow is, at the end, I like to take a highlighter pencil and go right underneath the brow. This really helps define the eyebrow and actually open up the eye as well. Then I like to take my finger, just go over and smudge it. And now you have a perfectly arched eyebrow. When filling in the eyebrows, to make them even, because that's the biggest question everyone always asks me, I always tell everyone they'll always be sisters, they'll never be twins. Your face is asymmetrical, so it's never going to match up. But with the powder, it helps to even out the brows really nice. So here we go again. We're going to start with the point of the brush going towards the nose, and we're going to draw a little guideline just underneath. I'm going to define that a little bit so you can really see it there. And then we're going to do a little bit of our highlighter, which is a clear gel, goes over the eyebrows. Keeps the hair in place for those wild eyebrows. And that's it. They're the steps you need to achieve the perfect brow. And obviously the right tools. So we have the powder that we use, sable brush, a blender, a highlighter, which I like to use a little bit more of like a fleshier color, and a brow set. And that's pretty much it.